conversations with Arthur Conan Doyle, the questions are imagined, but Doyle's words are not. All the words you hear are taken from his own writings, the writings of the man who both created the brilliant Sherlock Holmes and yet came also to believe in fairies. He has always divided opinion. But what's yours?
Joseph Bell was a thin, wiry, dark man with a high-nosed, acute face, penetrating grey eyes, angular shoulders. He would sit in his receiving room with a face like a red Indian and diagnose the people as they came in before they ever opened their mouths.
Those are some of my favourite bits in the books, when Holmes baffles Watson with his initial deductions, based solely on appearance.
Bell would tell people not only of their disease, but details of their past life, their occupation and place of residence, and hardly would he ever make a mistake. Dr. Bell certainly had the most remarkable powers of observation, and I thought I'd try my hand at writing, in which the detective treated a crime as Dr. Bell treated a disease, and where science would take the place of chance.
I suppose, like many people, Sir Arthur, I'm wondering why the creator of Sherlock Holmes threw it all away to become an evangelist for the spiritualist movement, which, to be honest, has a slightly dubious reputation.
People call me credulous, but they don't know what the evidence is. I say any man who had the evidence I had and didn't believe it would be a lunatic.
But you have become like a missionary for this cause. Is it worth it?
This movement, so long the subject of sneers and ridicule, is absolutely the most important development in the whole history of the human race. Let me say, in the first instance, that in a long life which has touched every side of humanity, Houdini is far and away the most curious and intriguing character whom I have ever encountered.
So, you genuinely believe that it is Wilde speaking from the grave?
I do not think that any person who approached this problem with an open mind can doubt that the case for Wilde's survival and communication is an overpoweringly strong one. The Oscar Wilde transcripts are the best evidence for the survival of personality that I know of. We who believe in the psychic revelation and who appreciate that a perception of these things is of the utmost importance certainly have hurled ourselves against the obstinacy of our time. Possibly we have allowed some of our lives to be gnawed away in what, for the moment, seems a vain and thankless quest. Only the future can show whether the sacrifice was worth it. Personally, I think that it was.
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle died on July the 7th, 1930. And there remains the epitaph on his gravestone.